Just as a wee disclaimer, this following audio is a compilation of about 20 different stories where I fucked up royally. And sometimes I saved the original soundbites in certain files. So here it is, enjoy it for what it's worth. Just a disclaimer, there is a lot of fucking hells and balls going on. So without further ado, enjoy the madness. Oh no, please, by all means, neighbors, please just keep it up. I absolutely love having all of you bickering in the background. Oh, fucking hell. Foggy out. It's foggy out. It's foggy. It's foggy out. It's foggy. 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 Fucking hell. Occasionally, there can be 1 or 2 people left over there. Over, just left over, not over there, just over, left over. My brother is a somnambulist. Somnambulist. And would smell the accompanying, oh my god, accompanying. Fucking hell. I asked what it was and he just laughed. A hollow laugh. No, a hollow sound, but it was a laugh. And that this mysterious, not mysterious, murderous. No blood splatters clothing. Despite our differences, he was still the main who raised me. I was just barely able to afford the old raid. Jesus Christ. Thank you, stomach, so much for your contribution. I wouldn't know what to do without you tonight. The gut feeling I'd pushed out of my mind was back with a vengeance. Maintaining a steady speed of 90 miles per hour. No, 60 miles per hour. Maintaining a steady speed of 60 miles per hour, I diverted my attention to the broken yellow dashes on the road. No, in the road. It got to the point where I was within 10 feet of it. 10. It got to the point where I was within 10 feet of... Feet of it? Fucking hell. It filled my ears with alarm, which unearthed the rhythmic pulse of my heart. Hearth? Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's just throw a TH in there. Why not? It was less painful than it was stimulating, but I was over... What? That sounded oddly sexual. 2 holes appeared in the center of its head, followed by a pointed mouth, which shaped them into nostrils. Not mouth, mount. The porcelain shine of your precious skin, the deep purple of your delectable lips. What? On every Sunday, he took us... Shanna described him as this: red curly hair and a smelly purple suit he wears as he sings and dances his funny Creepypastasian dances and songs. Fucking hell, I'm never gonna say that right. Creepypastasians. Ah, bloody hell. Okay. As he sings and dances his funny Creepypastasian fucking hell. Deep breaths. Red curly hair and a smelly Shannon described him as this: red curly hair and a smelly purple suit he wears as he sings and dances his funny Creepypastasian dances and songs. Fuck me. Only later did I realize that this could frighten Shanna. I didn't dare to call it off and them away, so I had to dig all night to build a playground for my doll in the garden when the detective Detectives. When the detective... when the detectives would arrive... And there's mistakes to make, you just make them again. If you only try turning around and breathe, just breathe. I thought there was something wrong with my dogs. Story by Human Mainframe. Story by Human Mainframe. Fuck. I thought there was something wrong with my dogs. Story by Human Mainframe. Bloody hell! It's Human Mainframe. Mainframe. How fucking... That's not a tongue twister. Get it together. Come on. Posted by Human Mainframe. Since there wasn't much left to unbox, they settling were really quickly, very quickly even. Not really quickly, very quickly. The strange thing... The strange thing... Bloody hell. The strange thing that was... The strange thing was that during the day they were both... Yep. Okay. The strange thing was that during... Okay, I give up. Are you going... Maybe singing in the morning is not the best thing to do right after waking up. Well, if you're up, would you care to take a look? Well, if you're up, would you... Well, if you're up, would you care to take a look? Get it together. Well, if you're up, would you care to take a look? Okay. I didn't want to call the police and have their sirens warn her, letting her know that I did in fact know what she was up to, letting her know that I didn't know, letting her know that I did in fact know that she, damn, too many no's, letting her know that I did in fact know that she was up to, alright. I decided to wait until morning. I didn't think I could help that poor young woman tonight. No, that poor young girl tonight. I didn't think I could help that poor young girl tonight. The final installment of a... Okay. The final installment of a... Right. Take your time. Okay. The final installment of a months-long to the dispersal site in a historic to the dispersal site in a historic bloody hell. Yes, I do believe that this is going to be a roaring success, if I do say so myself. Whenever I'm stressed out because I'm just not getting it right and my stomach just keeps growling, I just burst out singing whatever comes to the top of my head. So I'm sorry, because this is gonna go subsequently in some kind of a bloopers reel. Yeah, your ears are gonna get violated by my songs, but fuck it, that's what I do. S'il suffisait qu'on s'aime, s'il suffisait d'aimer, si l'on changeait les choses un peu, rien qu'à un moment donné. Veterinary assistant. Jesus, my American accent sucks balls. Ugh. The terrain of... wow. The terrain of hills. Oh, my fucking American accent just so sucks. It's just so sucky. Okay. The terrain of hills, mountains, rivers, and desert. The terrain of hills, mountains, rivers, and desert is too mighty to be tamed. Fuck. Bloody hell. Its jaws had my whole left forearm. Forearm? If you want to cringe harder, I was born a triplet. Triplet? See, Miss Ariadne seems like your average Bible-thumping 50-something-year-old divorced woman when you first meet her. 50. After he turned, he looked at me. After he turned to look at me with his very normal face, he grabbed my shoulders. Shoulders? I checked my dining room light. When I did, I heard a deep growling coming from my living room. Living room? We arrived at the office. Oh my god, at the office. We arrived at the office. Very pretentious. We arrived at... Sometimes he would hand him a water bottle or even food. My first impressions with this was thinking he was kind. Damn it. My first impression with this was thinking he was kind for looking out. Okay. My first impression with this was thinking he was kind for... Wow, I'm really not feeling this sentence. My first impression with this was thinking that he was kind enough for looking out for the local population rather than harassing them. What was that? Balls. That was until he had mentioned the more, shall we say, transactional nature. Transactional. God. That was until he had mentioned the more, shall we say, That was until he had mentioned... Wow, very aggressive. That was until he had mentioned... Rawr. I figured that his text would be the best place to... I figured that his text would be the best place to start. Full stop. I figured that his text would be the... I figured that his best text would be a good place. Yes. I figured that his text would be the best... Balls. But I couldn't stop laughing at the joke I made, and before long my breath became short. My breath became shared. Right. After all, it was 2:30. 2:30? 30. I can say the TH sound. I'm not Irish. Jesus.